chop for sure, or pork loin for sure, but have you ever heard of a pork ribeye steak? Well, if you have not, get ready because these are fantastic, and you're getting 20 of these, and they're 6 ounces each. It's M81589. They're $109.98 here. Your 4 easy payments, $27.50. We're talking about 20 6-ounce premium pork ribeye steaks. You've heard of your, ribeye steak that comes from a cow, but have you ever heard of a pork ribeye steak? Let's talk about that, Lauren and Brittany. What is a pork ribeye?
A pork ribeye is everything that you love about a beef ribeye, instead it's pork. So we have our premium pork ribeyes. We start with that same cut of meat, and we clean it, and we take the bones off and remove all the fat, and what's left is this beautifully marbled pork ribeye steak that's incredibly flavorful, so juicy. It can be eaten from end to end. And I want to say, this is not like any pork you've ever had before. No. If you have had pork growing up or at your mom's house or your grandmom's house and it was very tough and very dry, this is not that. These premium porks are so richly marbled and so flavorful and juicy. You can see as I'm pressing down here, the juice and the flavor that is coming out of this in each and every bite.
This is something literally I think about, Brittany, where when you go to a restaurant and you order pork, this is something, because even the pork in the restaurants don't taste like this.
It's so true. When I was a little girl and my grandmom used to make pork chops, we used to have to actually douse it in applesauce, right, to get it down. And when I first was introduced to these, I could not believe how sweet, tender, and juicy a pork chop could be without anything on it. It's just an incredible flavor. It really is an incredible experience if you're looking to maybe stay away from the red meat for the night, if you're eating in moderation, but you still really have that craving. It's full of flavor. And these are something that you can take, defrost them, and you can slice them down and do fajitas. You can rub them in barbecue sauce. You can make kebabs with them. So the options are really endless.
It's so versatile. That's like one of my favorite things that we did this summer with them, was that we took these and made boneless ribs out of them. So we took the pork ribeyes, sliced them thinly, and then we grilled them and just topped them with our favorite barbecue sauce. And I had a Memorial Day barbecue, and out of everything that we had, this was the one thing that my dad was like, what was that you guys, what it was? I was like, that's actually our pork ribeye steaks, and all we did was just brush them with a little bit of barbecue sauce and made boneless ribs out of them.
Love it, love it, love it. And you're showing how they come, right?
Yep, so when you get them at home, these are all individually packaged and blast frozen for you. So you just take out whatever you need, and then from here, just go ahead and defrost the pork. And you can either make your pork ribeye steak, or you can slice them down like we just said. This is something that even can be pounded really thin and breaded like a cutlet or schnitzel style. Yeah. So you have a lot of options when you're getting 20 of them. Again, the mental meal prep. They defrost in about 20 minutes in a bowl of cold water?
They definitely do. And they can be cooked in, like you said, the air fryer, on a grill if you're still grilling, in a saute pan, or in the oven. They are so flavorful and so good. You can't go wrong anyway. I have to tell you, this past weekend we were down the shore and we actually were out of pork chops. So we had just bought some from the store. They were so horrible. They were so dry. We were choking to get them down. I'm like, I miss our pork ribeyes, because they are, once you try these, it'll be clear to see why they're a customer choice award winner and favorite year after year.
Listen, these are something that I actually was not introduced until I started here at QVC. And so I had one and I was shocked. I was like, why, how? I don't get it. It's super tender, flavorful, really juicy. And so I made a couple of them at home. We're not a huge pork family, but when we do it, we like to do it right. You know what I mean? And so so I had a couple of these. I even had a friend of mine have some. She was like, Monifa, that was some of the best pork I have ever had. And I said, why? I asked her, I said, why? Because I always like to know when I give people, food that we have here at the Q, and I serve it for them at home, I always like to get their really honest opinion. And I said, what made it so good? And she was like, it was so tender. She said, I literally was able to eat every piece of it. There was no fat on it, and she said it was juicy. And look at that. You literally are cutting it with a fork.
I'm cutting it right now with a fork. It's because it's so tender, and that's because we start with that highest quality pork from the Pennsylvania Amish Dutch County, and starting with the best quality pork is what makes these pork ribeyes so special, and because of all that rich marbling and flavoring that cooks down while you're cooking them.
I think
Laura,
about
I have our Southern style one ready.
What do we got to show? Okay, yeah, go ahead. I'll save my story. Go. I want to see what you're cooking.
This is kind of that country fried steak style. So we pounded one really thin after we defrosted it, breaded it.
That's one pork chop. Like, look at it's the size of the whole air fryer.
Exactly. This is just one that we took that got really thin. And then we'll pair this with a vegetable and a starch. But Lauren, of course, has that home style gravy.
I got that gravy to pour over it.
I mean, come on. That's good eating right there. And fall is coming.
Right?
Like, that's the stuff I want to eat. That's what I want to eat in the fall.
Yes, comfort foods in fall. The pork ribeyes are so versatile, and they are like that quintessential fall comfort food favorite.
You know, I remember when I was talking to Ray, and he was telling me about about pork ribeyes and like how they literally are just like you think of a ribeye steak being, which is my favorite steak, right? It's the most flavorful, most tender part of that I love from of a cow. He said it's the same thing. He was like, it's just pork. He said it literally is the same thing. He said it's the best part that you're basically going to get.
It really is, and
from the pork. So they're so good.
A pork ribeye isn't something that you're going to go and find at a grocery store, anywhere else.
You won't find it in the grocery store. They don't sell them ever.
Exactly. We especially made these because Ribeye is Ray's favorite steak, so he loved it so much. He's like, you know what? We can make these out of pork. Like, we should be making pork ribeyes for all of our friends at QVC, and that's how the pork ribeye was born. And people rave about them because they're so good. Anytime I've ever cooked these for family or friends or sent them as a gift, every single time they're like, that was the best pork I've ever eaten in my life.
Exactly. That's
what
my friends said. They said the exact same thing. They were like, Monifa, what is this? I said, do you like it? They're like, yeah. I said, I got it from QVC. I told them it's a pork ribeye. They was like, I've never even heard of a pork ribeye. I said, I know. I said, and you won't ever unless you get it from us here. And they don't sell these in grocery stores. She was like, no, I've never heard of it. I said, I know. They're really, really good. I'm telling you, if you have not tried these, get these home. You can also get these on auto delivery every 90 days for a year. So lock in this price, just get it on auto delivery. Anything that's an auto delivery, I just automatically do it. Like your crab cakes, all of those things, I have it on auto delivery. If I don't need it, I just kind of push it back a little bit. And I've even gotten my auto delivery, like I had some crab cakes from you all, and I got the auto delivery. I was good, but my uncle was like, Monifa, can I get some? I said, sure. So I sent him my next delivery of my crab cake. So get things on auto delivery. You can lock in this price, which is so fantastic. $27.50 is your easy pay. This is going to be some of the best pork that you have ever had, if not the best pork that you have ever had in this ribeye. Get it home. So many different ways to do it. Kebab. I love that. Throw it on a salad. You know, you can totally do this with a little bit of seafood on the side as well. Again, very versatile.
Super versatile, and I love, you know, back to school for me is like, oh, back to cooking dinner, right? And I get in a rut of like cooking chicken and cooking the same things. So I love to have these because it is versatile and it's something different. And my kids like it. Everyone who's ever eaten it's liked it. So it's not that traditional dry, tough pork chop that you may know from past experiences. It really is just such a unique and amazingly flavorful.
Yeah, and we don't have a lot to go around, by the way. Just really quick, we have fewer than 900 left. So we don't have a ton of these to go around yet. They're really going. So that is not a lot to go ahead and get these home. So I definitely wouldn't wait. And again, I would definitely get it on auto delivery just so you can lock in this price. Remember, you can cancel it. There's no like charge to cancel it. There's no charge or fee or anything. If you want to push the auto delivery date back and pause it, do it. But get these home while we have them and enjoy them. Okay, go forward, Brittany.
No, I was just going to say preparation methods for these are even, I think, more versatile than a steak.
Yeah, I do too.
Because you can take one of these, put them on the grill, obviously. You can put it in your air fryer like we just showed you. You can saute it on a skillet with maybe some seasoned butter. That always comes out wonderful. But it's also something you can take and put on a baking sheet and maybe top with like a little peach marmalade or some apple marmalade or something like that for the fall, and have a baked dish as well, which is something I wouldn't traditionally do with a regular beef ribeye. So these go a really long way with your cooking methods too, which always makes me happy because I can have the same item but prepare it different
So many different ways, and then you don't get bored and feel like you're eating the same thing over and over again.
Yes.
Yeah, that's important. Whether you're cooking for yourself, whether you're cooking for two of you or a big family, you want that versatility, and that's what you can get with these. So it's nice. You can kebab them. I love the idea of slicing them thinly and having them as like your boneless ribs. I think that is such a great idea. Your boneless chicken tenders, but they are
how great is that with?
I love that.
Like game days, right? So like football season's back. Maybe you're having a tailgate. This is a great way to like really stretch what you're serving to your guests and wow them. Take one of these pork ribeyes, cut them down to 6 or 7 pieces, grill them, throw your favorite barbecue sauce on. The worst part about ribs is the bones, right? So with these, you don't have to worry about that. You only have the high quality pork ribeye. Right?
Yeah, so making it easy. We're making it easy. Just get these home. They come individually wrapped, so you just take out them as you need them. Take out one for you, and they're 6 ounces. So to be honest, they're pretty big. Whether you're going to eat it alone or whether you're going to share it, to me, I probably couldn't even eat the whole thing. If I'm being honest with you, I'll probably have to cut it in half and give my husband the other half because they really are nice and big. That 6 ounces definitely does go a long way. So I just wouldn't wait to get these home. We don't have a ton of them to go around, so you want to go ahead and get them. Remember, you're getting 20 of them. 20 of them for $109.98. I didn't do the math on that. I should have. For 20, maybe, you know what? I am going to do the math. 20 that for this price, there's just no way. Premium, we're talking about premium. Divided by 20, that's $5 and change. What restaurant are you going to go to and order a pork dish for $5 and change? None that I know of, not a white cloth fine dining restaurant.
You can't even go to fast food and get something for $5 and change right now.
Doesn't even exist anymore. So again, take advantage of this. Free shipping and handling, $27.50 for your premium pork ribeye steaks. Your item number is M81589. These are going so quickly out of here.